You're watching Ringside Wrestling. Welcome everybody to Ringside Wrestling, and welcome to the now weekly news show, Behind the Mic. It is episode 2, and today we've got some huge stories for you. Samoa Joe coming up to the main roster, winning the Royal Rumble, NXT call-ups, and the main story for today, John Cena versus The Undertaker at Wrestlemania 33. Is it happening? If it's not happening, why the fuck isn't it happening? All this and so much more right here on Behind the Mic. This is Joel Perez of Ringside Wrestling, and every single week on Saturday we will gather here to discuss the weekly news stories in the WWE. If you like what you're seeing here, make sure to click that like button, click that subscribe button, and make sure to comment down below any improvements, any suggestions, any comments that you have about what's going on in this video, about the WWE news we went over in this video. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go straight in to the first news story. Undertaker versus John Cena at WrestleMania 33 reportedly nixed by Vince McMahon. Wow, what the hell is going on with this one? The dream match between The Undertaker and John Cena isn't happening, at least not this year, according to the Wrestling Observer. The proposed Undertaker versus John Cena match is off the boards. Vince McMahon changed his mind on the match. Undertaker right now is not scheduled to challenge for either title on the show. He did appear on the January 9th Raw show after first arriving on Smackdown, because when he was on Smackdown, it was to build for him to face John Cena. Now, he will face someone on the Raw roster. There was a tease of Braun Strowman on Raw, but it will not be Strowman as things stand right now. Thank God, and that's me talking, not the article. Jesus Christ. According to PW Insider, the change has had a domino effect that will alter plans for the Royal Rumble and beyond. Speculation was that John Cena might defeat AJ Styles for the WWE title at the Royal Rumble, then face The Undertaker, the winner of the Royal Rumble match, for the title at WrestleMania. There was also talk of The Undertaker going into WrestleMania 33 with the title, but all the above plans have been scrapped, and as of now, there are no plans to have Undertaker in a title match at Mania. This complicates things because for many wrestling fans, The Undertaker versus John Cena was a match that seemed like a lock for WrestleMania 33, and that is very true. Now it appears as if Cena versus Taker won't happen, and that neither will Taker versus Braun Strowman, which I'm completely fine with, trust me. So if Undertaker is still slated to face someone on the Raw roster without a title being involved, who on earth could it be? WrestleMania plans for most of Raw's top stars seem to be in place. Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar, Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho, which I wouldn't go with, and Triple H versus Seth Rollins, which is just a snore by now. And with Reigns poised to win the Universal title at the Royal Rumble, which, Jesus Christ, oh my God, that would seemingly eliminate him from the conversation as well. Just looking at the rest of the Raw roster, there isn't a single name that stands out as a potential Undertaker opponent, unless Finn Balor is back in time for WrestleMania. You would still have to think that Reigns is the most likely, whether he wins the title or not, or that Undertaker will indeed end up facing a Smackdown star after all, perhaps someone like Dean Ambrose or Baron Corbin. Regardless, WWE is missing out on a huge opportunity to do Cena versus The Undertaker if it indeed doesn't take place at the only And the only logical reasoning behind not doing the match is to have Undertaker put over an upcoming star instead. I don't know what the fuck WWE is thinking with this one right here. The Undertaker versus John Cena. I'm looking at all these bullshit fucking Wrestlemania cards that everybody's putting together for what could happen, and it all looks to me pretty underwhelming. Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman. Jesus Christ, put me to sleep already. Jericho versus Owens, which, I mean, I'd be intrigued in, but you need a lot of storytelling for that one. You have Triple H versus Seth Rollins, and the only thing that really stands out there is the Undertaker versus John Cena. That's the match that I'm like, oh shit, this is the big fucking draw. Undertaker versus John Cena for the WWE title. Even put Undertaker's retirement on the line. But if you're taking that match off the card, what the fuck is there to offer at WrestleMania 33 that is intriguing? Because I don't give a flying fucking fuck about anything going on Monday Night Raw right now. And I doubt that during the build to WrestleMania, they are going to help that case. But SmackDown, yes, they are doing great, but you gotta think, will a Baron Corbin draw? Will a Dean Ambrose draw? Will who else is it, Dolph Ziggler draw? No, not compared to a John Cena and Undertaker match with a possible AJ Styles mix-in. That leaves a lot of questions going not only into WrestleMania, but into the Royal Rumble. What the fuck is going to happen at the Royal Rumble? If Undertaker doesn't win on behalf of SmackDown and challenges for the WWE title, then who the fuck is going to win? You're going to give me a Goldberg win? You're going to give me a fucking Brock Lesnar win? The most logical thing to do, if you ask me, is have Sami Zayn win. Owens retains the Universal title earlier in the night, which I know it's highly fucking unlikely. Go fuck yourself. That's never gonna fucking happen, right? And I'm on that same fucking boat. Roman Reigns is most definitely winning the Universal title at the Royal Rumble. But you can easily have Owens retain, Sami Zayn wins the Royal Rumble, Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn, even bring back Finn Balor. There's your triple threat for the Universal title. And then on the other behalf, you have The Undertaker win a number one contendership elimination chamber, and he challenges Cena, who won the title, the WWE title, at the Royal Rumble. And there's your two big fucking Universal title and WWE Championship matches. Everybody's fucking happy. But I don't understand why this is so fucking complicated. Undertaker might not win the Royal Rumble. Is this all fucking propaganda that they're sending out there to make the Royal Rumble more unpredictable? Because before this, I most fucking certainly had the Undertaker as a fucking lock to win the Royal Rumble. But after this news story, I'm all fucking shaken up. What the fuck is going on behind WWE that they don't want to put on this match next year? Are they saving it for another fucking year, WrestleMania 34, because it's in New Orleans where Undertaker lost the streak? Is that what they're gonna do and he wins the WWE title next year? Who fucking knows? But the fact that for right now this match is off the card, that right there, that pisses me off, because this was the one big match they had. Sure, Raw could have a big match that everybody wants to see in the fucking cards, but I don't even fucking know about that, because who can fucking trust Monday Night Raw? Because if you've seen only one Monday Night Raw in the past 3 years, you know how fucking bullshit their television is. And if you have any faith in that brand going into WrestleMania 33, then you can fucking stop watching the fucking product, because these guys are the people who put together the worst, probably one of the worst WrestleMania main events of all time last year in Roman Reigns and Triple H. What makes you think that they won't do the same this year with the Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman Universal title match and put it at the very end of the fucking show? What makes you think they won't do that? So the fact that this match is off the card, at least for now, I hope this rumor is fucking false, but it's probably not. The Wrestling Observer newsletter, PW Insider, Forbes is reporting this. These are some trustworthy, not really Forbes. Forbes is full of a bunch of fucking assholes. But everybody else, it's fucking, I mean, everybody's fucking reporting this. So this could be a legitimate fucking thing. And if it is, Jesus Christ, am I worried for WrestleMania 33. Unless Sami Zayn wins the Royal Rumble. That's the only other person I want winning the Royal Rumble. Sami Zayn. But The Undertaker or Sami Zayn, the Sami Zayn's the person I want to win. Undertaker was the person I knew was going to win. And now that's off the fucking charts. Who's going to win the Royal Rumble now, huh? You're going to give it to Chris Jericho? I'd be fine with that. Give it to Chris Jericho. Are you going to give it to a Goldberg? A Brock Lesnar? Who the hell are you going to give it to? Because at this point, I'm just fucking guessing. I am just fucking... Are you going to give it to Seth Rollins? I don't even believe that. I don't even believe that. There were reports coming out that Triple H versus Seth Rollins was canceled. How much shit are you gonna fucking cancel? What the hell is going on into WrestleMania 33, into even the Royal Rumble? I mean, these are all fucking questions. It's exciting to talk about, don't get me wrong, but it's confusing as hell to talk about as well. I mean, and it's frustrating too, because you're looking at these fucking reports and you're saying, what the fuck are these guys thinking? And that's exactly what I'm thinking going into this report. But I'm going to read you the next news article, and this might answer a few questions. Finn Balor versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania 33. What the hell is the deal with this one? The Undertaker may not be facing John Cena at WrestleMania 33, but we could get quite the consolation prize. According to WrestlingNewsWorld.com, The Undertaker could do battle with Finn Balor on the grandest stage of them all. Quote, WWE is hoping to have Balor back by WrestleMania 33, and there are some people that believe he could get hotshotted into a return program with the Dead Man. The one mentioned that it's believed Undertaker will face a Raw superstar at WrestleMania. So given that most of the show's top names already appear to have a match set, Balor is perhaps the only name that makes sense for Taker's Mania opponent. Balor has been out of action since SummerSlam last year after injuring his shoulder during a Universal title win against Seth Rollins and then undergoing surgery as a result. His name has come up as a potential surprise entrant in the Rumble, which would put him well ahead of schedule, but is still a possibility as a way to set up the match with the Phenom nonetheless. Even if Balor does not return at Royal Rumble, however, he could still return afterward and go on to face the Dead Man, in what would undoubtedly be a great clash of two of WWE's most captivating gimmicks. Although not doing Cena versus Taker would have been a missed opportunity, it's not a bad idea to have Taker face a rising star instead. Here's the thing though, does WWE, does it do Balor any good if he faces Taker at WrestleMania only to lose to him? That's debatable. WWE needs new stars, and Balor has the potential to be a top guy for the next 5 to 10 years. Having him defeat Taker at WrestleMania would go a long way towards establishing him as one. Now, what do I think of this one? I mean, it would be a great match, don't get me wrong. It'd be a fantastic match, The Undertaker versus Finn Balor. But what I don't see is how the fuck would you have Undertaker go against Finn Balor? Wouldn't it make sense to have Finn Balor come back and immediately go towards the title he never lost the Universal title, instead of plugging him in to a storyline with The Undertaker, which there wouldn't be much storyline there, because what is the gimmick? The dead man versus the demon? That, I mean, yes, that would be enough. It would be a marquee match for WrestleMania. But I think Finn Balor should really be fitting in to the Universal title plans. I mean, it would really complete the card. I mean, you have Finn Balor go against The Undertaker. Maybe you have AJ Styles go against somebody from the Smackdown. Cena. Would you really have AJ Styles versus Cena at WrestleMania? Or you can bring up Samoa Joe to Smackdown. He apparently is, in the next news story I'm going to read to you, is going to win the Royal Rumble. You could have Samoa Joe fill that slot and face John Cena, and then AJ Styles. Any match that AJ Styles is in will be a big draw. I mean, Finn Balor versus The Undertaker would be a great match, but again, what the fuck type of sense does it make for Undertaker to go against a Raw superstar? This has been a big complaint. Undertaker showed up on Smackdown 900 saying that he was going to be a Smackdown guy. Now apparently he's going to face Raw guy at WrestleMania. What the fuck type of liar is The Undertaker? Jesus Christ, not only is The Undertaker undead or some shit, but he's also the world's greatest fucking liar too? Jesus Christ, where does this make sense? What I'm looking at with Undertaker versus Finn Balor is not necessarily the match, because the match would be fucking great, but the storyline. How would you build towards this? You can't have a marquee match unless it makes sense. It wouldn't be a fucking marquee match unless you had it make some type of sense. So I don't know how the fuck they would build towards this one. I would have Finn Balor come back and go straight to the Universal title picture, but I do not fucking know. For all we know, Roman Reigns wins the Universal title. Balor comes back, challenges him. Reigns versus Balor at WrestleMania 33, which I wouldn't be against. I don't like seeing Roman Reigns in the fucking main event picture, but I wouldn't be against that. But then again, that leaves another thing open. Who the hell does The Undertaker face at WrestleMania? Now the fact that John Cena is out of the fucking question, what the hell? I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'm saying put him against John Cena, have him win the Royal Rumble, and if he doesn't win the Royal Rumble, have him win a number one contendership Elimination Chamber match. But, I mean, I don't understand what the hell WWE wants to do going in to WrestleMania 33. There's a lot of possibilities. You can bring back stars. There's a fucking rumor going around that Kurt Angle is going to enter the Royal Rumble. I just find that so unbelievably untrue that I didn't even fucking report it in this fucking video. So if you want to put Kurt Angle into those factors, you can. There's a lot of stuff to discuss. There's Kenny Omega who could come in during the WrestleMania season. You have a lot of possibilities. You got to factor in Samoa Joe, but it's a great time to discuss. That is no question right there. And I mean, if you want to fucking continue this discussion, go comment in the comment section below. Tell me, what would you do going into WrestleMania 33? Because with all these conflicting reports coming out, I know what I would do. I would have fucking John Cena and The Undertaker, a triple threat, Finn Balor, Owens, and Zayn. You can have Rollins versus Triple H. You can have Roman Reigns defend. What would Roman Reigns even do? I don't even fucking care at this point. It's all a fucking doozy, but if you want to try to put these pieces of shit together and create one not so piece of shit, make sure to comment in the comment section below, and maybe I will use your suggestion in one of my videos. But for now, let's go on to the next news story. Samoa Joe possibly set for a huge match at WrestleMania 33. This is one that gets me excited. Amongst all the fucking bullshit, John Cena versus Undertaker being cancelled, Finn Balor versus The Undertaker, whatever that means, this is the one that gets me excited right here. Now, what's the deal with this one? You may have noticed that Samoa Joe has seemingly disappeared from NXT's top storylines. Well, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, that may be because the former two-time NXT champion could soon be headed for a monster push on the main roster. Quote, while the WrestleMania 33 card is not finalized, which it should be by now. How long is it until WrestleMania 33? Under 60 days already? Jesus, it should be fucking finalized by now. How long? Under 100 days. What am I saying? Under 60. But it should be finalized by now if you want to fucking implement some long-term booking, which seems to be obsolete in WWE these days, but I don't know. Let's continue reading this. WWE officials have had talks about bringing current WWE NXT superstar Samoa Joe to the main roster and have him in one of the top few matches on the show. What does this mean for WWE? Given that Samoa Joe literally has nothing left to do in NXT, he could and should be a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble match. In fact, if WWE wants to ensure that Joe's debut is unforgettable and that he's instantly established as a WWE top star, he should actually win the Rumble too. WWE is in desperate need of another top heel, which is very true, especially for Monday Night Raw. So seeing Joe win the Rumble upon his debut would accomplish that goal right out of the gate, and it would certainly create some instant buzz and excitement, especially with plans still up in the air for the WWE Championship. John Cena and AJ Styles, having Joe challenge and perhaps ultimately defeat either Styles or Cena for the WWE title at WrestleMania should ignite a huge push for Joe, who should instantly be a top guy in WWE anyways. It's safe to say that both Raw and SmackDown would benefit greatly from getting a name or two in the main event picture, and Joe is poised to be that guy who helps either brand accomplish that. WWE will be tempted to put him on Raw, which could certainly use him, but SmackDown has two ready-made feuds for him in Styles and or Cena. If it was up to me, Monday Night Raw needs Samoa Joe, but SmackDown would fucking utilize Samoa Joe, is what I'm saying. Because anybody who goes to Monday Night Raw, this is just simple facts right here. Anybody who goes to Monday Night Raw is simply fucking doomed. Look at Kevin Owens. Universal Champion, sure, but he is probably having one of the worst title reigns of the modern era in WWE. Jesus Christ, his title reign has been absolutely awful. Look at fucking who else? Sami Zayn. What the hell is he doing, or has he done in a year on the main roster? Yes, he's had fantastic matches, but that's because it's Sami Zayn. Monday Night Raw has done absolutely nothing for him, and it's just now that he's being put in a feud with Samoa Joe. Jesus Christ. Who else? Tyler Breeze was put on Monday Night Raw. Instant fucking jobber. Apollo Crews, even on SmackDown, hasn't been much. All these NXT stars put on Monday Night Raw and immediately tarnished. Enzo and Cass, another one. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, not even coming from NXT, but still coming from New Japan, diminished in the WWE. Why is that? Because Monday Night Raw, whoever the fuck is booking Monday Night Raw, Vince McMahon, Kevin Dunn, will not let anybody who isn't their creation get over. Finn Balor, even look at Finn Balor. Balor goes to Raw, in the span of a month, gets injured. What the fuck is that? Anybody who goes to Monday Night Raw is instantly fucking doomed. And I wouldn't expect anything else to be the case for Samoa Joe. And that's why I would put him on SmackDown. I would certainly put him on SmackDown. I booked how I would put Samoa Joe on the main roster, and I put him in a feud with Dean Ambrose because I didn't think WWE would instantly elevate him to a top guy level. He could certainly be there, but I didn't think WWE would instantly push him towards a main event segment. But if you want to, because even in NXT, they took a while to put Samoa Joe all the way into the NXT Championship picture. But if you want to, instantly elevate him, because Samoa Joe is one of the best fucking heels down in NXT. That is no question for sure. So if WWE wants to instantly put him on Smackdown against a John Cena, against an AJ Styles at WrestleMania for the WWE title, preferably AJ Styles, Jesus Christ, I would love that. That would be absolutely fucking fantastic. Samoa Joe is a guy who can be put in a fucking segment, and he's going to impress. You put him against John Cena, he beats John Cena, instant star. You put him against AJ Styles, instant classic. Any position you put Samoa Joe in on SmackDown, he will deliver. And that's why I would certainly... I would love to see him win the Royal Rumble. I would love to. Out of all these fucking names, Goldberg, Brock Lesnar, The Undertaker, Seth Rollins, out of all these... Braun Strowman, that's another one right there. Out of all these fucking names, I would love to see Samoa Joe come back and fucking win it all. See, I would love to see him fucking eliminate. You can have fucking Brock Lesnar and Goldberg beating the shit out of each other. They can't eliminate each other. And you can have Samoa Joe come in and destroy both of them. Eliminate both of them. That would instantly make him into a fucking monster that you need Samoa Joe to be. He can be the top heel instantly. He has the fucking ability to instantly get under any fan's nerves, because Samoa Joe is that damn good. And if you want to put him in the WWE title picture, please don't put him on Monday Night Raw. I beg you. That would be fine by me. Samoa Joe could have a very, very bright future in the WWE, and I cannot wait to see him debut on the main roster. If it was up to me, I would certainly have Samoa Joe down in NXT. I would have Samoa Joe be added to the Bobby Roode versus Shinsuke Nakamura match that is going on at NXT TakeOver San Antonio. They're having a contract signing next week. I would have Samoa Joe interfere that contract signing, destroy both Bobby Roode and Shinsuke Nakamura, and take his claim for the NXT title. He gets added to the match. You have a triple threat. Shinsuke Nakamura retains. He pins Samoa Joe, so Bobby Roode doesn't have to be pinned. And then you go towards the big prime match at NXT TakeOver. Where's the fuck is WrestleMania this year? Florida? Where for? Miami, Florida? I think it... Orlando. Then you go into NXT TakeOver Orlando, WrestleMania weekends, and that is where Bobby Roode will win the NXT Championship. And it will be glorious. That's what I would have you do. And then Samoa Joe, after the triple threat at San Antonio, you can immediately have him go into the Royal Rumble and destroy everybody in the Royal Rumble and take his claim for the WWE title, whatever the fuck you want to do with him there. That's what I would have done, but Samoa Joe doesn't look to be in the plans for NXT. I don't know, I haven't seen spoilers. Maybe I should see if Samoa Joe's going to show up. He really hasn't been on NXT programming as of the past couple weeks, so I wouldn't expect him to, I wouldn't expect him to show up at NXT. So I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. Samoa Joe, he's been great down in NXT. I expect them to follow the same path and on the main roster. They failed with a lot of guys. They're finally utilizing Baron Corbin. They failed a lot of guys, but Samoa Joe, I think he's going to be one of those few who really excels. So, very good there. I like this new story a lot. I would very well be excited. The Royal Rumble's so fucking unpredictable. Samoa Joe could win it. Sami Zayn could win it. Undertaker could win it. Even a Braun Strowman could win. I don't know how I'd feel about that. But there's so many possibilities this year. And it's really exciting to talk about. So, there you fucking go. Let's go on to the final news story of this video. Shinsuke Nakamura and other NXT stars nearing their main roster call-up. We know we have a little insight as to which NXT stars could be soon headed for the main roster thanks to the Wrestling Observer. Plans can always change, but several top WWE NXT superstars are in the current Terry Taylor class at the Performance Center, which is the class that grooms talents who are being considered right now for somewhat imminent sports on WWE's main roster. According to the Wrestling Observer, superstars who are in the current class are TM61, Hideo Itami, Cassius Ohno, Elias Sampson, Ty Dillinger, Alexander Wolf, Andrade Cien Almas, NXT Tag Team Champions Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, and NXT Champion Shinsuke Nakamura. Bobby Roode, Samoa Joe, Eric Young, and Austin Aries aren't included here because they don't train at the Performance Center, so they would join the list of stars who are basically main roster already. However, this doesn't ensure a call-up at all for any of those names, and most will likely stay in NXT as it continues to develop into a legitimate third brand. Of all the stars on that list, plus the 4 who aren't, WWE's next step should be to call up Samoa Joe, as we discussed last article, Austin Aries, who should be the top star in the Cruiserweight division. Yeah, he probably will be called up like that. And Nakamura, who has absolutely nothing left to do to learn in NXT. I wouldn't bring up Nakamura. Nakamura has a lot left to do in NXT. He has the title left to hand over to Bobby Roode. There's a lot left for him to do. He has a possible rematch at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, if I can fucking talk here. NXT TakeOver Brooklyn Part 3, if they're going back to Brooklyn, which they probably will. They have a lot left to do, and I don't know. I certainly do not know if Nakamura should be called up anytime soon. Maybe in the fall of 2017, but Nakamura has a lot left to do in NXT. He has nothing left to learn, but he has a lot left to do. A lot of fucking names left to face, if you ask me. Other stars like Ohno, Gargano, and Ciampa would be great additions to Raw or SmackDown. Gargano and Ciampa, they have a reign left to complete as NXT Tag Team Champions, and Cassius Ohno just fucking re-signed with NXT, so, that's not happening. But WWE can't afford to strip NXT of too much talent at once. One could argue that the quality of NXT's programming has taken a nosedive lately, so it's imperative that WWE build up guys like Ohno, Itami, and Almas to carry the brands in the inevitable event that Joe and Nakamura leave soon. Joe is probably the only one leaving, and Ty Dillinger as well, if you ask me. At the same time, the ultimate goal of NXT is to create stars who will succeed on the main roster, and because both Raw and SmackDown could use an influx of new talent, now is the perfect time for Joe, Nakamura, and even Dillinger to make a splash on the big stage. That's the article. What I would do, you bring up Dillinger and you bring up Joe. Nakamura can stay. Even the Revival. I would have the Revival come up as well. The Revival, they just lost their NXT Championship rematch to Gargano and Ciampa. I would have them go up to SmackDown. They would be a fantastic team. Those are the three people I would bring up to the main roster. The Revival, Joe, and Dillinger. Those are the 3 people. Joe has done everything. Joe is one that has done everything he's needed to do in NXT. Dillinger is somebody who is completely over in all fucking branches of the WWE. NXT, the main roster, they still count 10 every time there's a fucking count out outside the ring. And fucking the Revival, they've also done everything they've had to do. They've had a lengthy ass fucking run in NXT. I think it's fucking time for the Revival to go up. They lost the tag team titles. They have fucking guys in Gargano and Ciampa who have replaced them wonderfully They have Gargano and Ciampa already have new fucking challenges for the NXT Tag Team titles in the Altars of Pain. So there you fucking have it. The Revival really has nothing left to do in NXT, and I would think they would be a fantastic addition to SmackDown Live, not Monday Night Raw. I already told you what happens to everybody on Monday Night, probably everything too, everybody on Monday Night Raw. So I would bring the Revival to SmackDown, and I know I would say everybody should go to SmackDown, and they do need to take somebody to fucking Raw, but Raw just ruins everything. Can't you let me have my fun? Give the Revival to SmackDown. Please give the Revival to SmackDown before they're facing the Golden Truth and the Shining Stars in 8-man tags every single week on Monday Night Raw. Jesus Christ, put me to sleep already. But ladies and gentlemen, that has been today's video. That has been all for me on Behind the Mic. I hope you enjoyed episode 2 of Behind the Mic. A lot of news stories in the WWE going around right now. It's WrestleMania season. Everything is going fucking crazy, and that's why I created this show, because we gotta cover the weekly news in a compact way, and that's exactly what Behind the Mic does. If you enjoyed everything you saw here, as I said in the beginning of the video, make sure to subscribe, make sure to click the like button, and make sure to comment what you think of all these news stories down below in the comment section. Make sure to go check out everything else on the channel: Raw reviews, SmackDown reviews, how I should book Samoa Joe, how on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Make sure to go check out those videos. You got everything you fucking want from a WWE channel right here in Ringside Wrestling. So make sure to check everything out on the channel. For now, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Joel Perez, and for now, I am out of here. I hope